Hello, LockedIn fans. Beetle Bailey here once again with my Mid-Atlantic. Um, we're on some more football today with Alton Walker, who is the CEO and founder of American Indoor Football Nights. How you doing there, Alton?
I'm good. I'm blessed, man. I'm blessed. How are you?
Good. We're doing great. Good to be talking some football. I know you got a new league here that you've started up since you're the founder. Could you give us a little information about the AIFA?
Well, the AIFA was a league that I started for a couple of different reasons. One, because of the situations that were happening in other leagues that I had been a part of, being to where the the scenarios weren't conducive for not only us but even other organizations as well. And not that other organizations or ourselves didn't have the finances for it, but it just wasn't a good fit. It wasn't the vision that we had as an organization compared to the vision of the other leagues that we were a part of. Wasn't gelling. So I wanted to do something that was cost effective for not only us but for other teams. Because let's make it. I mean, let's be real. Everyone's not a multimillionaire. So, but at the same time, we
Right.
still want to do this particular sport because we want to try to genuinely change lives for the better. So with starting that and talking with some other people and trying and talking with some other leagues, I was on a disturbing phone call, which I won't say who it was or anything of that nature right now. But the disturbing phone call stated that um, minorities bring down the value of a league. And so, with that being
Wow.
said, it kind
Yeah.
of it kind of it kind of opened my eyes, and then it also put raised the eyebrow that how some people think, not all, but how some people think,
Right.
and to the point to where I was like, okay, I really want to do something to help change the narrative. I want to do something that's different from other leagues. I want to do something that will help these athletes and coaches and interns and everyone to elevate themselves to another level, as well as myself to be able to learn
Yeah.
and elevate. So, I went on a little 72-hour fast. And when I kind of prayed about it, talked to my pastor, kind of shared with him the vision that was instilled in me. Um, and he told me to run with it, talk to my parents, talk to everyone involved, some of the old players, and everyone was so supportive and so ready for it. Until I just ran with it, called some friends that I knew, which is now a partner of mine, Mr. Dame Dash.
Put some
Um,
desire in your heart, huh?
yes, sir. Yes, sir, man. And it was something that honestly, I knew it was going to be challenges. I know it's going to be haters. I know it's going to be naysayers. I know all of these things are going to be thrown out there. But if you look on our website, on the league website, we have Romans 8:31. If God be with you, who could be against you? That's what we follow. This whole year is going to be that because we know with inaugural season leagues and teams there are challenges, and we all have vowed in the league to help each other, to bring each other up, and that's what makes us special with what the AIFA is doing because it's not an individual team thing. It's not an individual person thing. It's a group thing. It's all of us as a group. When one of us shine, the other shine. When one of us eat, the other eat. And that's what we're doing. We also want to enrich and empower our players and coaches and try to take things up a different level each season. That's why I'm bringing the celebrities in. That's why, we have certain people becoming involved with it that has the same vision and follow what we're doing. And they are so into it to the point to where some of the celebrities that we've spoken to have agreed to put teams in the league in 2023
Nice.
themselves. So
Great.
this year is a building year for the AIFA for the five teams that are in, and 2023, is we climbing a notch on the ladder each year. And that's kind of how the AIFA was born. Every year, I mean, every day is a challenge, but every day is also a blessing for us too.
Yeah, it's always, I mean, life is basically a challenge, and having to run a league, it's got to be even an awesome time to do. You mentioned you had a co-partner, and there was also,
Yes.
I think, Dame Dash. And did you want to talk about, something about the National Combine? You're
Okay.
partnering with them to
Yeah.
bring some more athletes to the notoriety and get them into the football.
Yes, sir, man. Going to Dame Dash, yes, sir. Dame Dash is my business partner, not only with the AIFA but with the Cyclones. We're also doing movies through Dame Dash Studios. We also have, of course, with Dame being a music mogul, we're doing music. Each team is going to get a soundtrack that's going to be, made and produced by Dame Dash and his label.
What is it, Rockefeller? With the
Yeah,
label?
Rockefeller, but he's no longer affiliated with Rockefeller. He started another label. That was his label he had years ago with Jay-Z, but now he has another label as well as artists, things that he's doing. So we're partnering together with all of that to bring something different to the arena football world, combining sports and entertainment. Not only during halftime shows and during championship events, but every game. And with Dame, he's if you research him, Dame is an entrepreneur. He's conquered a lot of things in his career via music, via fashion, because he had Rockaware, he had Street Property, State Property Clothing, movies. He's conquered all of those things, and the sports world is something that he has now vowed to tap into, to throw his hat in the ring as well, to try to take everything to a totally different level. He's tried to buy an NFL team, and it didn't turn out for him. So he is investing his time and efforts into the AIFA. And once Dame came aboard, now other celebrities and other people are coming aboard. So with the relationships that Dame has, plus the relationships that I have with other, NFL players and coaches and stuff like that, it was just a match made in heaven for us. And, it was a blessing to partner with him, to not only as a partner, but even as with both of us being the same age, I'm still learning things from him that, is priceless, and vice versa. I'm also giving him the information from the sports side that's priceless to him. Fortunately, and shout out to Jimmy Kimball. Jimmy invited the AIFA to the National Scouting Combine. Yes, sir. We were invited. We were invited there this season. We were the only, I think, arena league there at the combine, and we ended up meeting some great guys, man. And next season we were invited to that, as well as, matter of fact, Dame calling me right now. As a matter of fact, we were invited back there next season, as well as to the NFL Combine.
Did you want to put him on for a minute?
Hold on. Hey, Dame, I'm doing an interview real quick, bro. I'm gonna call you as soon as I finish. Okay. All
Does he want to? I was gonna say, did he want to? I guess he didn't want to get him on.
Hey, he's on his way. He's filming a movie right now, called The Prince of Detroit. Wow. He's filming The Prince of Detroit right now, and I'm gonna tell you a little secret. I don't know if I should put it out there yet, but we're gonna film some of the movie here in Tampa.
Nice.
Yeah. So these are some of the things that we're gonna bring different to the game. Different to the area. Player empowerment, economic growth. All of those things are some of the things that the AIFA has committed ourselves to. Something besides, just more than just about football. We're very much into the community and things of that nature.
Does that help them with like the, I guess the new thing that's like the NIL, name, image, and likeness, for players to get some other things going besides just the arena football?
It is something that we have been discussing. This 22 season is going to be a dry run, if you will, a test
Okay.
drive. It's going to be a short and sweet season. We're going to play 8 to 10 regular season games, a playoff, a championship, and then we're also going to play a champion of champions versus the AWFC. So our championship team will play against the AWFC championship team. But this year is a year that the celebrities that we're bringing aboard, plus Dame and a few others, they're gonna monitor and learn the game. They've conquered music, but they want to learn sports. All of our games this season will be put on Fox Soul, which Dame has a platform on Fox Soul. So our games will be on Fox Soul. So that's very rare for a league straight out the gate to have that.
Really?
So that again is a blessing for us, and I credit a lot of things to Dame and the teams that we have abroad, because it's something that we all have to embrace, and we all have to step our game up to a totally different level the first year, and but we all of the owners have embraced it. They've all kind of looked at it as a badge of honor to wear, because I mean, just being real, we're not only representing the arena football world, we're representing our culture with what we're doing, with it being the first minority-owned league. So it's something that we're taking pride in, and something that we're going to definitely do our best to be one of the greatest shows on turf and the new face of arena football, that we want to make sure that we shine like a star.
Yeah, I'm sure everybody, what you're talking about here would be great to be part of that thing that's going on. Then again, you got the March 26th Kickoff Classic. Is
Yes,
that
sir.
going to be something special with what you're talking about here? Can you give us any
Man,
information on what's going to happen?
yes, sir. It's gonna be a very special game for me, as well as the other teams. For me, because this is the first game of a league that I have created myself.
Right.
So it's the first visual data that the world will see of the AIFA. So it is a very important game. It's a very special game, and it's something that we all are looking forward to. Not only that game, but we want to make sure every game is equal to or greater than. We have weekly and bi-weekly Zoom calls. So we all sit and, put up the friendly challenges. My game going to look better than yours. I'm going to have this, I'm going to have that. So we do that, not to stir up anything, but to make sure that we all stay sharp, that we all, do a few things and stuff to keep each other. And at the same time, I can get on the phone right now and call St. Louis, Mississippi, anybody, say, hey, man, do you have this and that I can borrow? Do you have this? And they'll kindly give it. And they turn around and do the same thing. So that's what we are doing for this season and everything, not only for the players, the coaches, and the fans, but even for the investors and the partners that are coming in 23, because we have some very, very big names. And if I threw them out there to you right now, you wouldn't believe it. But we have some very, very big names and some very, very big plans from 2023 to 2025. So in between these 3 to 5 years, you're going to see a totally different face and a totally different movement of the arena football world.
It sounds like it, because you are originally from Tampa Bay, but I guess
Yes,
the Kickoff Classic is going to be in Mississippi, right?
Correct. Yeah, and we did that for a number of reasons. Number one, here in Tampa, the different venues here, they host the March Madness and everything. So it was kind of difficult with what we're trying to do to get that. And then, of course, with getting ready to sign our venue agreement, which I'll call you and let you know what location that will be soon, because you're going to be surprised.
Get that out.
Yes, sir. So we're doing all of that, not to mention when we sat with the mayor of Mississippi and sat with the Visitors Bureau and everyone up there, and talking with Dion and everything, we kind of we kind of wanted to make it to where we didn't have to wait for a preview of the league. So Mississippi, the mayor of Mississippi opened all of Mississippi up for us. All of Jackson, he opened Jackson up for us. They have a parade for the league on that Friday. We have media, we have all these other things going on, and then of course the game at 7 p.m. on Saturday. So we, with talking with them, we just felt that okay, we need to go ahead and put our best foot forward as soon as we can. So we worked out the deal with Jackson and the Coliseum for them to have the game there. The reason Tampa is not being involved in the Kickoff Classic is, again, because we wanted to make sure that after we left the combine, the coaches had ample time to evaluate players. Jimmy gave us a list of the past 2 years of players that have registered and played who is possibly available. We also have the draft eligible list that we, of course, can't touch until after the draft and all that kind of stuff. So we wanted just to have the right amount of time to dot the I's and cross the T's before we bring guys into camp and do certain things. So it ended up working out pretty good. The schedule will be out, tonight or tomorrow. So we'll have that pushed out and ready to go. And it's just going to be a learning but exciting year for all of us. And we're going to only get better every year.
Yeah. So are you, I guess, over with the Jackson, Mississippi? Is that part of like in conjunction with Jackson State and Deion Sanders and the HBCU?
We're all working together, definitely. Mr. Thigpen, who is with the Visitors Bureau and Sports Commission in Jackson, he's in the middle of Jackson State as well as the Raiders, but we all sit to the same table. Deion Sanders, one of my coaches, played with Deion, and I used to spend my summers in Fort Myers with Deion and stuff. He probably wouldn't remember me until he saw my face, but yeah. We reached out to him because we wanted to give him an award this weekend, but unfortunately he's booked for the next 6 months, which is understandable. Yeah. But they get invited to all kind of things and everything. That Prime and everyone too. And then my defensive coordinator and myself, we have Deion's cell number. So we're gonna send him something to his home, especially in light of him being so busy, having his surgery and everything. We want him to be able to recover and heal properly. But we do want to recognize the movement and the things that he's doing in the HBCU world that we have talked about for the past 3-4 years. Right. And now it's finally, it took for a couple of people to take that first step forward in order for it to happen. And now it's happening. So we just want him and others to know that we're very supportive and we're following in the footstep and the paths of that with the AIFA. And we have since, matter of fact, before that, set up a meeting with the HBCU roundtable. We were going to do it. We were going to invite them to the game this weekend, but we're going to do it via Zoom, so we can open the floodgates up for all of the HBCUs around the country.
Right. To see, get some players in and things like that.
Yes, especially for this 23 season, because again, we're going to have teams in 23 that, matter of fact, that are owned by celebrities or run by celebrities, from LA all the way back to Fort Lauderdale, another team in Mississippi. We have Alabama, we have Arkansas, we have Atlanta, we have Fort Lauderdale. We have several teams that have sent in paperwork. Indianapolis, we have a team there. We have a team coming in Gary, Indiana. Wow. Gary, that Dame and another guy that's in Indiana is gonna own and run. We got several teams coming in the Carolina area too, so we can build divisions. So we'll have a division, so the travel won't be as much. But and we're also, quiet as it's kept, in negotiations. Or Chris Reynolds and myself are talking about a strong partnership for next season with the AWFC and the AIFA, where we pretty much have all of the markets and the areas covered. So
Yeah.
it is something that I tell you is going to be something very special, man. And again, I just can't say how blessed that the situation is, and sometimes scary now too, because you never know who's for you and who's against you. But
Yeah.
at the end of the day, like I said, Romans 8:31, if God be for you, who can be against you? I know the hate is going to come and all these other things are going to happen. But the one thing about the AIFA, we are a very close-knit group, and we are a very spiritual group. And we know that we're going to get some of those things, as everyone does.
Right.
Everyone gets them, but together everyone achieves more. That's the
Yeah.
meaning of team.
Yeah, and I heard something the other day. I was interviewing Anthony Prevost, and I think if I can recall correctly, he said, his father told him, imagine what you could accomplish if you didn't fear failure.
Right. Man,
And
listen, while you say that, I was watching a thing with, I want to say it was Rick Ross.
Okay.
And Rick Ross said, you have to fail in order to learn.
Right.
You have to go through certain things. He said, you can't tell me not one boss that didn't fail or got everything right the first time. Yeah. You can't tell me not one boss. So, for me personally, I'm just like, I've been an athlete all my life. So I'm just like, I hate to lose. Right. I don't like to lose, So at one point, failing was not in my vocabulary. If I failed, I'm just like, it really beat me down. And it took a few years ago with doing some stuff. It took me to do a lot of things wrong. I will say this. It took me to do a lot of things wrong to learn how to do some things right now. Yep. And at the time, I thought it was right because I'm a player. So I know what players want. I know what this one, I know what that, but it's totally different. When you're a player, you are a player. But, right. It's totally different when you have to, run a whole team, let alone a whole league. And it's very demanding. And you have some challenges because you have other people who are out there in the world that are doing things dishonestly.
Right.
And so when you get an honest person that makes a mistake or an honest person that does something, then everybody going to look at you like, he probably doing something slick or he ain't doing. No, I'm human. I made a mistake. So that's another challenge that we face, with trying to do everything perfect. You're going to have a stumble here or there. Pick yourself up. Let's get back moving. And then, of course, you have certain haters. Some of the guys that were on that phone call that I was kind of telling you about at the beginning, right. that said that, minorities couldn't bring down the value, or minorities bring down the value of a league. Then you have them trolling and putting stuff on social media and calling this person and calling that person and doing this and doing that. And, you want to go do some bodily harm to them, but you have to throw your hands up and let God handle it and take over. Because if I truly believe what I say, if I truly believe that, then I got to live by my word. And that's kind of what I try to do now.
Yep. Slowly and take away some of their turf. That's what they're worried about in the power.
Yes, that's it. That's it. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I really appreciate you sitting down and having a chance to talk with you here. And I learned a lot. And I know the LockedIn fans are really gearing for you guys. And we look forward to seeing the league grow and play.
Yes, sir.
And, whenever you can get anything out to us, we appreciate it. We'll definitely, try to cover whatever we can for you. Some of the games, we got photographers all over the East Coast pretty much. And we can, I travel, so maybe try to get out to one of the games or something like that. So,
man, I appreciate
anything else?
I appreciate it very much, man. And if any of your guys want to go to a game in St. Louis or here in Tampa or in Mississippi or whatever, just reach out to myself. I'll tag you in with my public relations lady, Miss Burks, and she'll take care of whatever need be also, and we'll be good to go, man. I really appreciate your time and looking to us to do this interview, man. I hope everything came out well. I hope the fans understand the purpose and the vision of the AIFA. And we look forward to bringing everyone on LockedIn and everyone in the world some great football.
Yeah, we monitor a lot of the Facebook sites for some of the arena bash. I should say bashing, but some of the fan things like
Yeah.
that. And there's a lot of I guess misconception of some of the leagues and stuff like that. They wish they would all go into one league, But you guys have your own vision, man, and you just got to go with it. So.
But I tell you, I will tell you this: when I first started the AIFA, I did reach out to the NAL. I did reach out to a representative of the IFL. I did reach out to the CIF. I did reach out to the AWFC, so we can all make this one giant thing. But some of them were open to it, and some of them was like, that ego got to them. It is, and that's one of the things that has hurt the business as a whole, is because of egos and people just thinking about their pockets.
Yeah, well, they might be comfortable with the way things are running.
Yeah.
Like I heard Dion say one time, change. Everybody's kind of afraid of change. And,
right.
They're so comfortable. I mean, doing what they're doing, and it's a routine, and it's easy to them to continue doing what they're doing. But to change, all of a sudden, you got to do a whole lot of different things to keep it going and running, correctly.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I mean, and he was correct in that. As a matter of fact, that same interview, I shared it on my Facebook page.
Okay.
Because it is true. I mean, nobody likes change, and especially when they're already comfortable in a situation that they're in. But your situation could possibly be so much better if you embrace certain things. Not all, but certain things. But maybe one day. But as you said,
it's a work in progress.
Yes. We have our vision, man, and it's working for us right now, and like I said, next season it's going to be even bigger and better. So I'm excited.
Yeah, well, great, and don't lose that vision. We want to keep that going. So I want to see us, progress and get really nice and big and whatever, and have a great time for everybody, not just the owners, not the players and fans alike.
Right. Yes, sir. That's the idea. I appreciate it.
Take care. We'll be talking with you.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you all.